Hey, welcome to Vietnam's #1 movie podcast, Theme on Screen.
You may have noticed, but we've been playing it a bit fast and loose with the intro this month.
But just like our Steven Spielberg, we like to keep you on your toes.
Like with our new theme music last episode, our old theme song suddenly disappeared into the ether and we had to adapt. We got a lot of great feedback.
But I fucking hated it. Music should be androgynous. Paul, don't give me any of that twangy ass banjo horseshit. This is so bad.
So I figured out how to get our old theme music back. Katelynn has composed a special, one time only, definitely 100% completely original theme on screen theme song. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, our very own Katelynn Petrie.
It seems like only we started yesterday, but soon we'll put away our books and pens. We'll go on with our lives once we have parted, but how can we say farewell to our films, the double dates, the parties, and the dances, cramming for a midterm until 3, the football games, the Macs, and the romances? Soon Theme on Screen will be just a memory, and 4 years here have all become unraveled, and so our podcast story finally ends. But years from now, no matter where we've traveled, we'll all look back and think about our films. We'll all look back and think about our film.
All right, everyone. Well, that was beautiful.
That made zero sense. That song made no sense whatsoever. I will not be taking requests.
That's definitely going to be our #1 clip for the week, and we will go viral until he sends us a cease and desist.
Wait, what is that? Is that Cheers or something?
No. You should know it. I mean, I feel like there's the real telling. They're like hanging out at the Max. Come on.
Hanging out at the Max? Who hangs out at the Max?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you'll just have to write in and tell Katelynn what she's missing out on. She clearly didn't have the melody correct because she doesn't know the song, but
No, I was just winging it there, brah. Just winging it.
So here we are, episode 32, back from our
Episode 32.
hiatus. It's Theme on Screen, sponsored by Kalshi. You can now bet on how many times we will say Matt Turner's name per episode.
It's a hot ticket.
Then we'll start a war.
I won't, but I also won't say Matt Turner. I did it. That's
you can't
one.
Say that you won't do something because now it's insider trading, which I think that's the point of Kalshi, right? Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
I don't know.
It's been 2 weeks since we podcasted.
I feel out of practice. I don't feel as funny. I feel I don't know what the max is. I am overly tired, but I'm ready to get back in the groove. What about you?
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good, honestly. I don't know why.
Yeah, probably because that new haircut.
Oh yeah, everyone keeps talking about my haircut.
Yeah, everyone online was just raving about it. They said this was totally worth no new episode this week. Just weird that it took Paul all day to get his haircut, so.
I got a haircut last Monday. It would have been before we filmed anyway. Yeah. I got a lot of thirsty text from our listeners. Matt Turner said, "Great haircut. I know that sounds sarcastic, but I think it looks really nice. Now I'd like to see you in nothing but that haircut."
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of
That's surprising. Does he often text you
no
those sweet nothings?
That was the first, but
yeah.
All my friends seem to like my short hair.
Might need to shut that down or keep it going. Whatever you're into.
Yeah. Whatever's best for the podcast. That's what I'm here for.
Well, I'm not going to be cutting my hair short anytime soon, so you're going to have to keep the hot factor up for this show. It's not going to be me.
Which is not going to be great.
Yeah. Don't worry.
What do you want to talk about first? Like fun things we did in our 1 week hiatus, movies we watched.
Well, I've been watching a lot of movies, so it's going to take me a mo to put that all together, but you can tell the listeners what you've been up to.
Okay. Let me look at my letterboxd here. I've watched, including the movie we're talking about today, Disclosure Day, I've watched 5 movies since our last podcast. And in the spirit of the podcast, we did say we were going to do our top of the year so far, so I stuck with 2026 movies. So I have watched The Bride, Marama, Hokum, and Exit 8.
What do you think of Hokum?
I really enjoyed Hokum. I thought
I liked it too.
Another solid effort from that director. He's got a real flair for like just creepy visuals. And yeah, I don't know if you saw his last movie, Oddity.
No, but I could.
I would recommend it, especially if you want something for spooky season. But my favorite was also another horror movie, Marama, that I watched. Really good first time director, I believe. It was the first movie I've ever rented from the Letterboxd video store. And it was another, I say horror film, but it was kind of a soft horror film. The horror was a little bit light. But would really recommend that one. And it's actually on regular old Google for renting now, so you don't have to worry about getting it on Letterboxd.
I didn't mind the Letterboxd rental process though, because I did rent Hokum through there. The problem was my phone went, not even, it didn't die or anything. It was just like 2 times, 3 times. It just kind of like the movie just shut off. So I don't know if that was related to any kind of like timeout situation or what, but yeah, I had to not restart the movie, but like pull it back up again. And so that kind of took me out of it.
We were casting it to our TV and it buffered a lot. It wasn't as seamless as a
Oh,
Netflix
okay.
or a Hulu. But I would really
Yeah.
recommend that movie. It's I don't want to spoil too much, but a Maori woman that comes to England because she gets a mysterious letter. So
Okay.
and yeah.
Great. I'm not interested.
What about you, Matt?
Oh my gosh. Well, I also watched Hokum. I have been trying to do a bunch of 2026 as well, but then I found Tubi. Have you ever heard of Tubi?
Yeah. Tubi is just a fast thing and it has a bunch of free movies on it.
Yeah, it's like you don't even have to log in. You can just like watch stuff. It doesn't even ask you for your info. It just like lets you.
Yeah, it's like Pluto or Roku Channel or any of those other
I'm new
fast
here,
things.
all right? I'm new here. But 2026 wise, I watched Hokum, You, Me, and Tuscany. Did we talk about that one?
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Mother Mary, and They Will Kill You.
Cool. Do you have a favorite?
I put Hokum as my number 1 so far from the year.
Okay.
It was a close. Yeah, well, it was. I haven't watched that very many 2026, so I kind of like roll. I put the drama number 2.
Well, we're not going over our top 5 yet. Remember, that's a special episode.
I know. I'm gonna watch more, so they're gonna move around.
Okay.
But it was also just my most recently watched, and I watched all of the Toy Stories because I realized I never watched Toy Story 4.
Okay, you prepping for Toy Story 5?
Yeah, I mean, kind of in a way. I'll probably not see that one in theaters just because, like, John does not like Pixar or cartoons and kind of situations. So I'm kind of left alone to that one. So, just me and like 8-year-olds. It's not really for me, I assume. I assume this movie is no longer for me. The last one was the first one. That one was for me. And then they left me. Much like the toys in a box on the side of the road. And, but yeah, I didn't not enjoy it. It was not the best one out of the 4, but I could see why people liked that one. It almost felt like it was kind of restarting the franchise a little bit. For like the kids that were too young for 1996, they're like, oh wait, here, come back, like we've got new characters, we've got new stuff to talk about, like new problems for a 6-year-old. So it wasn't bad, it just wasn't as good as the other 3. So I can't wait to see what they're going to do with 5, because spoiler alert, are you pretending to fall asleep? Your eyes are shut.
No, my eyes are open. I think it might just be the tricky lighting today.
Spoiler alert, but at the end, Woody...
My eyes were closed, maybe. I promise I'm listening to you and not pretending to fall asleep.
Your video is like so choppy right now.
Well, hopefully it's not choppy on the back end.
Okay, cool. So anyway, as I was saying, spoiler alert, at the end of the 4th one, Woody leaves the group and he goes off with Bo, and he's like going to go on adventures. Basically, it looks like he's reuniting, or not reuniting, but making connections of toys with other kids just out in the world, like toys that were abandoned. He's finding them new kids to love. So I'm interested to see how they're going to get Woody back with the group.
Well, thank you for running Toy Story 4 for me. Now I feel like I don't have to watch 2, 3, or 4.
No, you should watch 2 and 3 for sure.
I will not be doing that.
And listeners, I added a list on our Letterboxd for Crying Katelynn movies. And actually, I added Toy Story 3 to the Crying Katelynns because I lost it. I remember seeing that one a while ago, probably when it came out. And then that was the second time that I watched it. And I was like, wow, I'm not going to make it through here. I was full like dry heave crying, so it says a lot about me.
A new addition to that list in case we ever do another season or another month of Crying Katelynns.
Yeah,
We
Yeah,
never
it's
did
a
a month of
full,
Craig and Caitlin's, did we? It was just on our bingo
full
card that we
robust
forgot to
list.
ever get back to.
Hey, a lot of people did watch the Crying Caitlin movies, though. If anything, I
That's
got
true.
people into movies that would make you cry.
And I'm proud of you.
Thank
Um,
you.
is that everything you watched? Everything you watched that you want to admit to on this podcast?
What else? What would I not want to admit to? Oh, you know what I watched also, listeners, is The Rules of Attraction. Have you ever seen that?
James Vanderbeek?
Yeah.
Is it the author of American Psycho?
Yes, which
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
did
know
see it
that.
probably in high school-ish or maybe early, whenever it came out. I did see it.
Yeah, it's literally like, is it it's not considered a sequel, kind of a prequel, but like a companion, I guess, because James Vanderbeek plays his brother, and it seems like he hasn't murdered anybody yet, you know, because he's going to school, he's a college student, and he seems, I mean, he's a weirdo, he's kind of a creep and whatever else, but he is as well adjusted as you could be, and I feel like he'd be even worse if he knew his brother was murdering people. So I feel like this is, but then it takes place in the 90s, and that, you know, American Psycho is clearly not, well, it's like the early 90s. Anyway,
Let's not think about it too hard.
yeah, we're not going to think about this too hard. But I feel like I had it on DVD at one point and I've never seen it. So I watched that, and Whatever It Takes. See, this is what I was on Tubi, and I'm like, holy crap! I completely forgot this movie existed. It's what's his name? James Franco and Shane West. Is this a deep cut? Is this too deep of
I
a
don't think
cut?
I've seen this movie, but I know who Shane West is.
Yeah. It's basically like Shane West lives across the, you know, girl next door, and he doesn't love her. They're just best friends. But then this popular guy at school really wants to date the neighbor girl. And so he's like, well, I'll help you if you help me date the hottest girl at school. It's really bad. I would not recommend it. But there's going to be people out there that are like fans of these kind of early 2000s romantic comedies just like me, that are like, I've either heard of it or I have seen it and I lost it in the back of my mind, because that's how I felt. I knew I had seen this movie before, but I was like, why did this one get lost? Probably because it was so bad. The other ones just kind of move their ways up, you know, through my brain. And this one just got really far lost. And it even has, and I didn't realize that this was kind of like a James Franco thing where he kind of looks back and winks, you know, that I think he did it in Spider-Man also. And like, that's kind of his signature thing. I don't know. He does it in this movie too, which I thought was a little funny. And he's wearing a thong. So if you're into that.
I am not, but I will keep it in mind if I want to throw on Tubi one of these
Yeah.
days.
Hey man, Tubi's got the hits. I even watched But I'm a Cheerleader, the
I've never seen that.
Natasha Lyonne movie. I guess it's a gay icon of a movie.
It is.
Very gay, very fun. I liked watching it. And I continued my, I guess not gay journey, but then I watched Best in Show. That was great. I really like that one.
You
Plus I
really
like
have
dogs.
been at it with the movies. Do you know how
I
many movies you're
have.
at for the year?
How do I read this, Paul? Because it never
Just look
looks
at
right to
your
me.
diary and then subtract 10 because of um the
126.
shorts. Wow, 126.
Yeah, what about you?
I am at 69.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I watched Blink twice. Did you watch that one? It was from last year, I think. Yeah. No,
I
2 years
haven't
ago.
heard of
Oh, it's the Channing Tatum movie, and he plays like this billionaire guy, and he takes people to his island, but then weird things are happening on the island.
just like Channing Tatum's Real Island.
I don't know anything about Channing Tatum's real island, but good luck to him. Oh, how long has it been? I don't even know how long it's been since we've recorded, because I have watched a lot. I did like, and then I did Pillion, which was also gay. So I was just like wishing all these people in my letterbox like a happy Pride Month. That was all my reviews.
You
It
had
was,
a really good Pride Month.
yeah, I'm an ally.
Proud of you. I don't know.
Thank you. I don't know.
Well, I did want to just touch on something real quick. Speaking of being an ally, so we did see Disclosure Day, and I think we needed to just touch on the trailer for Young Washington real quick, because I think it has quickly become both of our most anticipated movies of the year. I don't remember much, but I think it features Kelsey Grammer playing the character Fraser Crane, who has come back in time to use his
Uh-huh.
therapy techniques to inspire George Washington to become the founding father of this country. Um, is that what you got from the trailer?
Yeah. I think it was the inspiration that he needed. It was a Fraser Crane kind of character looking after him and growing him as a
Okay,
presidential
well, if that's not the
nominee.
plot of the movie, it definitely should be.
Well, if it's not, then I'm not really interested in seeing it.
We'll have to make sure before we go. We completely rescheduled July around the movie Young Washington.
Yeah. Well, to that effect, though, did you see the trailer for the new Shrek?
I did not.
They may or may not have ruined the Shrek. So like everybody's ripping apart the animation online, saying how it doesn't look good, just isn't going to be the same. And they had to redo this whole movie because the internet guessed what the plot was. So it should have been maybe released by now or something like that, or at least we should have had more information. And the entire internet just guessed what the plot was going to be, so they had to redo the whole movie. The animation almost just looks like there's a whole filter over it. Everything's like really smooth and would be fine, but I mean they're ogres. They're not meant to be smooth. They're lumpy. They're little lumpy guys.
I do. I've met lots of ogres in my time, and they are quite lumpy.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they put like Gingy, they gave him like those sugar dot things on his butt and he's like shaking them around. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. I don't know.
It doesn't come out until next year, right?
So you think there's still time for them to
I
fix
mean,
what they've done?
they could course correct. Look what happened when we got Ugly Sonic. Like they changed.
Yep, I was just thinking about we just bully them into changing it. I think we could get what we want here.
If enough people complain about something.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That works. And then you showed me the trailer today for another movie that I thought was going to be a fun one. The Hall Pass, what was it called? Gale's Hall Pass.
And the Celebrity Sex Pass.
Yeah, that's going to be so fun. Listeners, Google that one or YouTube it, whatever. Pull that one up. That's going to be a fun little movie for upcoming. Because you know how I feel about Juan Hamon. I feel very good about Juan Hamon. He is not my Celebrity Hall Pass, but I wouldn't say no.
And you know how I feel about David Wayne.
Is he your Celebrity Hall Pass?
He might be.
Who is your Celebrity Hall Pass, Paul?
I don't really think we have Celebrity Hall Passes because I think we would be upset at each other. But I don't know. What's her name? Zoe Deutsch?
Well, that's the whole point, though, is that you're never actually going to meet your hall pass. So it's just like a fun kind of, funny game. And so whatever happened in the trailer started with her husband meeting his and having sex with her. So he's like, it's my hall pass. And she's like, no, I got to find Juan Hamon. And so that's the whole movie, is her finding Juan Hamon. But yeah, the whole point is you're not going to actually meet them.
Yeah, but I might now that I'm a successful Vietnamese podcaster.
That's true. We have a really good shot. I have a really good shot. Actually, my hall passes are really far away from me being an option. I might be better suited for like a local celebrity.
Chuck Gatica, maybe?
Yeah, like Chuck Gatica, or maybe a little higher. I know Tim Robinson is married, but he's funny.
So
Oh, yeah. Sorry, John. Yes, that's true. My bad, dog. Anyway, I had a question for you in the vein of our film for today. And by the way, listeners, as Paul said, we did see Disclosure Day. So if you haven't seen it yet and you're interested, this is a good time to, well, maybe in the next like 10 minutes to shut off and go see the movie. I know a lot of our friends of podcasts actually went and saw it, Paul, but so they wouldn't be spoiled, which was so wonderful. Definitely fun. Thanks, listeners. So I just was thinking earlier today, what would we actually do when it is a disclosure day? What do you think you would do? Because I fear it's coming.
How does it affect me? Like, I would think it was cool and all of that, but like, the aliens come down and they want to meet our leaders. Like, are they gonna meet Trump? Because then I'm just gonna not be happy. Do they have like new technology that could benefit us in any way, or is it going to be like the way things work now, and that the rich and the powerful are going to be the only ones that actually have access to the aliens, and us normies are just going to go on living our day-to-day lives.
That's a good point. I don't want them to have access to the aliens. I want them to, if they're aliens like Steven Spielberg's aliens, and I assume that they're coming in peace because all of these aliens have generally come in peace in his films. Though he is not a peaceful guy, and I don't want him meeting them and scaring them. Maybe the aliens can go to like a different country. Like maybe they can just pop down in France or something first,
Yeah,
you know,
that would be
or
nice. I mean, do they
or
come
maybe
with
meet Justin
technology?
Trudeau.
Do you think they can cure cancer?
In my brain, I think that they have a lot of technology that we could definitely benefit from
Because then
because
I'm
they
buying a
do
pack of
seem.
heaters. I'm buying a pack of heaters and I'm smoking them dry.
I just feel like they're very intelligent. They have a lot of stuff, and that's probably why we're being hidden from them. Because how can billionaires and, gigantic companies make money off of us if we're not sick?
That's true. You've
Mm-hmm.
just explained the entire health insurance industry in the United States.
Just cracked the code on health insurance. Got it.
Don't say we're never political, guys.
We're semi-political. Yeah, because I mean, we're not going to talk about director thoughts too much today. I don't think, but I got in the car with John leaving this movie, and I just said, John, I really think that Steven Spielberg is trying to tell us something. Like, I think he knows something, and he is preparing us for it through film. And John told me, and maybe you can confirm or deny if you've heard this as well, but there is a rumor online that Steven Spielberg has long been in the CIA, and he literally is keeping these secrets and like trickling them out and getting us prepared for a disclosure day. Have you heard this?
I mean, I've never heard it before, but I don't really know if there's. I mean, sure, who knows? Do you think he'd really keep the secret? I don't think Steven Spielberg is too much of a fan of the government. I can't see him working for the CIA.
Well, maybe he's like a hired hand or something like that, or like a contracted employee, and they're like, maybe there's somebody internally who's like, I want to get this out and I want to stop lying to the public, and I need your help, Mr. Spielberg. Can you do this?
So
And
you
he's
think
like,
the
I can
government
do
hires
it.
film directors to, like, I don't know, fake the moon landing or
Well,
slowly kill
that
off
wasn't
Americans?
real, so
Yeah. Oh,
that's
okay.
fine. Yeah, that's fake. Everything else is real, though.
I don't know where to go from there.
No, do you want to get into the movie?
We could indeed get into the movie. So we are talking about Disclosure Day today. Going to be a totally normal and not weird conversation based on all the general chit chat that I've heard on the internet. Definitely not a divisive movie at all.
Yeah.
And yeah. So the cast of this movie, which was directed by one Steven Spielberg, we have Emily
CIA
Blunt
agent
as Margaret Fairchild, Josh O'Connor as Dr. Daniel Kellner, Colin Firth as Noah Scanlon, Eve Hewson. Why can't I say her name? Do you want to know her full name? It's Memphis Eve Sunnyday Iris Hewson.
Oh.
Do you know she's Bono's daughter?
I did know that, yep.
Then
Yep.
Coleman Domingo as Hugo Wayfield, and then really 15 minutes worth of movie. Wyatt Russell's in here as Jackson. Henry Lloyd Hughes is Casper Boyd, the head of security at Wardex. I think that's all that's important, right?
Sure, I leave that up to you.
Yeah.
I leave those up to you. Okay.
So
I got a long plot overview, listener. Well, it's decently long, but this movie was 2 hours, so there's a lot to get through. And again, if you do not want to be spoiled for this movie, please come back to us at a later date, because not only are we disclosing this movie, we're talking about
Disclosure Day for Disclosure
This
Day.
is Disclosure Day for Disclosure Day. The movie begins with Daniel Kellner, a cybersecurity specialist who's stolen classified files from a secretive organization called Wardex, a government agency group that has spent decades hiding evidence of extraterrestrial contact. Daniel goes on the run after discovering that the files contain proof that aliens have been interacting with humanity for generations. Meanwhile, Margaret Fairchild, a TV meteorologist, starts experiencing strange psychic phenomena. She can intuit people's emotions, has vivid visions, and seems connected to unusual animal behavior occurring around her. As Daniel and Margaret investigate separately, they discover that they share a forgotten childhood experience. Through recovered memories, they learn that they were both abducted by aliens as children during the same event in 1996. The aliens apparently selected them for a future purpose and implanted abilities that would only activate decades later when humanity reached a critical moment. In this movie, like Spielberg movies before, the movie reveals that the extraterrestrials are not invaders, kind of like I mentioned a little bit ago. Instead, they have been quietly observing humanity and repeatedly attempting to communicate with us. So Daniel and his Vortex videos, which like we said has been covering up for alien existence for years, the videos contain things like UFO footage, recovered alien craft videos, images of extraterrestrial beings, documentation showing government and that they have concealed the truth since at least the mid-20th century, and evidence that some captured aliens were imprisoned and studied. Vortex is hiding all and tortured, yes. Vortex is hiding all this because they don't want the world to panic, so they are in pursuit of Daniel and Margaret to make sure that this information doesn't get out. In the final act, Daniel and Margaret are brought face to face with their memory of the alien abduction, which leads Margaret to her hero moment to disclose everything live on her news station. Using Daniel's archive, they air all the decades of footage that was suppressed, showing the agent that the alien contact is real. The broadcast goes worldwide, making further denial impossible. They go even further when the actual alien is brought out live on air, and he whispers into Daniel's ear, and he then whispers to Margaret, and she just says, "Listen." Cut to black.
Should we just cut the podcast to black now? Just let everyone like bring their interpretation to what we thought of the movie.
Just listen, and we stare right into the camera. Yes. Okay. Well, that was Disclosure Day, guys. Let's go right into themes. Let's jazz right into it.
General thoughts before themes. I added a new category to my.
Oh. Well, I wasn't allowed to look at the doc or the deck anymore because you were using the deck as your own deck.
Well, let's just get into it right now about our basic thoughts about the movie. So I will say right up front, I enjoyed this movie. I had a fun time with it. I do think this is the perfect example of a movie that is pretty okay or pretty good. Not great.
Like a medium plus. Like a medium plus movie.
It was a fun time. I had a good, enjoyable time. But I say that in that, like, as we go through a lot of my ideas that I have written down, most of the things that I have written down on this list are pretty negative. So yeah. I guess I'll put it this way. I've watched 21 movies in the year 2020, or from the year 2026 so far, and I think I've got Disclosure Day at like 11, so it's like right in the middle for me.
I think that's probably a general consensus, even with the people online. It's kind of just in the middle. It's not the best movie that Steven Spielberg's ever done. It's not the best movie of this year. It is, like I said, a medium plus. Like if this was a Thai food scale, it's a medium plus. I'm probably not going to watch it again. Am I going to think back about Steven Spielberg's movies and think this is, oh my gosh, you mean the guy who did Disclosure Day? Probably not. You know what I mean? I agree, though, that I had a fun time watching it. We had a great experience in the theater. I didn't really know what was going to happen next. I liked that kind of aspect of it. I like Emily Blunt. Josh O'Connor was great. We'll get into all that stuff. Yeah.
I guess I will say my other general thought here. I think, a lot of the things you said are great. I think Spielberg is a great director, but I think the weakest part of this movie is the script overall. And this is written by David Koepp, who I think this is his 5th collaboration with Steven Spielberg. He wrote Jurassic Park. Obviously.
So he's capable of good things.
Capable. So last year he wrote Black Bag, which was, one of my, favorite movies of last year that I thought was a well-written, tight little spy thriller with good dialogue. But he also wrote whatever Jurassic Park movie came out last year with Scarlett Johansson, where she played a mercenary named like Sahara Belishabub or something. And obviously that was a movie I liked, but can admit was terrible. And so David Koepp's a guy that can write, but he's really hit or miss. And I think the biggest problems with this movie are the writing. The plot's kind of a mess and the dialogue's pretty bad. So, yeah, that being said, themes.
To that point too, I think that I agree with you. And it was also just very minimal. I don't think that there was a lot of dialogue, but yeah, now that you mention it, and I can agree with that. And even though we're trying not to be influenced by things online, that is something that I was seeing online a lot too, is that it was the script that really kind of brought this a little lower, a little stinky,
Yeah.
made it a little stinky.
I mean, I think when we get into the criticisms I generally have of this movie, it's going to come down to the writing. But you know what? Spielberg was the director, and I'm sure you can lay some of the blame on his shoulders as well, even though I think visually this movie's great.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I wrote that too. Maybe he just doesn't want to cut ties with him. Maybe he's just like, "Hey man, I'm going to give you one more shot."
I mean, the guy can still write, like, but I don't know. Okay,
Write better. Themes.
themes.
Aliens.
Aliens. Yeah, that's the theme of the movie. I think that's I joke a lot and say space travel because you said space travel was the theme of Interstellar, and that's just a gag. But I think in saying that aliens are a theme of this movie, they're pretty blatantly like, yeah, the belief that something else is out there and extraterrestrial life is really, I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's kind of, it's what Spielberg wants us to take away from this, I think.
Right, right. No, I mean that's what I was thinking the whole time is I said it last episode, but he has such a passion for aliens, probably because of his role in the CIA. And I just really know I'm like, this guy's got something he wants to tell us. And the fact that, he took us up to disclosure day and he doesn't show us yet what happens once all this information is disclosed. That's why I think there's probably one more alien film in this guy. He's taking us up to that brink. This guy he's preparing us for something. I just know it.
Well, I hope so.
Tell us what you know, Steven.
So I think some of the themes of the movie, and that is maybe the problem with this script, is they are very blatantly told to us. One of the themes being empathy,
Yep.
and how we as a people have kind of lost the idea of empathy. And I do think that Spielberg is hoping with this movie, or like putting in this movie something that he hopes can happen, in that we rediscover empathy again. Like
Hoping
you
he
said,
can
the
make some
movie,
change.
yeah, the movie just ends with Emily Blunt saying, listen. And I think,
Yeah.
that is very much him telling us, hey, listen.
Yeah. Like, get it together, humans, or we're going to
Yeah.
destroy ourselves. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have another theme?
Well, I mean, on the tag of empathy here, I definitely wrote that as well. Communication and just listening, because throughout the film, listeners, the aliens communicate through the emotions and memories shared with one another rather than speaking. Um, she makes those sounds, and Josh O'Connor's character can understand it. And so there's that. And then also just whenever like something gets in Margaret's way, Emily Blunt's way, she connects with them through like a shared moment and pulls something that maybe they're hiding or maybe something that's bothering them and says it out loud. So like her connection with the people around her helps her get to like the next place that she needs to be, which I think is quite important
Mm-hmm.
for her character and for us as a society. The problem is, and I don't think I have a lack of empathy, but also like I do mind my own business. So
You're not a
so there's
meddler like
that.
Amelie.
Yeah, I'm not a freaking meddler. And so maybe, I don't know. I guess maybe if I was an alien, I'd be meddling a little bit more.
Well, I do think she has empathy, but she also offers solutions to the people too. Like, leave your husband, or maybe you and your wife just deserve a nap. You both love each other. So I think it goes beyond just basic understanding. It's also trying to help too. And maybe
Hmm.
that's where it bugs you a little bit, because you don't like helping people.
He's not wrong, listeners. Another one that I had, fearing the unknown. We, in all of our accidentally alien movies, he never ever puts them as threats to us. He only speaks of aliens wanting to learn more. But the fear of maybe even just the government in this movie is a big one as well, because what they're hiding from us and taking all the aliens and performing all of their little scientific stuff on them and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then just hiding it all from us. And the whole movie just leading up to disclosing. And so again, we don't see what happens once everything is disclosed, but you no longer even have to have that fear then. Or maybe there is more fear. Like, what else are they hiding? You'll never know everything, right?
Well, something that I have that ties into that is just the government itself, or really any entity that it assumes control, anyone that's in power, be it your manager at work, I don't know, your priest, whoever, like any like hierarchy we have or structure, like the idea that it's always kind of about controlling people and preventing them from being able to make their own decisions objectively. And just the idea of people in power present to you what they want you to see in order for them to maintain the power that they have.
It's very deep and very correct. Because who's to say that we can't handle knowing that there's aliens?
Well,
maybe if we knew, maybe it could unite us as a people.
Possibly. I think Steven Spielberg thinks it could. But then, tying into that, the idea that I think he really believes in is that the truth is the most important thing, and it's not about entities controlling us. It's about us being able to decide for ourselves, and with all of this, and the truth is really what's the thing worth sacrificing for, because that's Josh O'Connor's character's entire journey. Is he's willing to give up his cushy job and girlfriend or whatever to bring the truth to the people.
Yeah, because he thinks that's what's most important. And I actually wrote truth also. The theme of transparency, the surveillance of us and of the government, like the government surveilling us and whatever else they're surveilling, things like that. And Josh O'Connor's character being, kind of like a whistleblower for that, this movement here. And one thing that I wrote down just under truth as I was thinking about aliens, I'm thinking, do you think that they even want us to know about them? Did we also, I know we can't ask them, but did we ask the aliens if they want to know, if they want us to know about them? Maybe they'd like to continue moving around in secret. Maybe they don't want to be discovered and pulled from their UFOs and performed experiments on. And maybe they just don't want to be found. I don't know. Could be part of that too. Their truth. What's an alien's truth?
Yeah. Maybe they've observed us for long enough and they're like, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. They're like, we're good with that, actually.
It's no longer UFO though. It's UAP now.
No, I didn't know that was
so
unidentified
aerial phenomenon.
No, I didn't know that.
So
I'm not into aliens as much as I probably could be. It's just I don't really have room right now to become obsessed with anything else, because I'm just really starting to get obsessed with Pokemon again, and it's probably going to take over pretty hard as soon as I start ripping packs.
Oh, you're going to start ripping packs?
Yeah, I was thinking about ripping packs.
You sure you wanted to get into Pokemon instead of... I'll get back into Lorcana if you'll play Lorcana with me.
The thing is, I don't play the games. I just collect. Because my mindset was to start getting high value cards, get them ranked by PSA, get them, see how much they're worth, and then trade them in for cash and buy handbags.
So you and every other person that collects Pokemon cards. I hate to introduce you to the world of scalping when it comes to TCGs, but your plan's not good.
Oh, it's not good? That's not a good plan?
No.
Do you want to go to do you want to go to a card thing? I want to go to a card thing. A card. I don't know. I'd have to find one.
Like a card show, or you just want to go to a comic store?
No, I want to go to a card show.
Maybe go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a lot of cards and I don't play the card games that I do have, so maybe. Back on track.
Sorry, ripping packs.
Another theme I have is childhood.
Okay, because of the trauma that both of them experienced as children.
Also, yeah. Childhood is the spark that ignites something in you to help you experience something greater in your adult life. And I might be reaching for that as a theme here, but I think it's in there, because otherwise that house just doesn't make any fucking sense.
That house, so listeners, the entire movie, Coleman Domingo's character is in this set. It looks like they're building something, and you don't find out till later that they're trying to rebuild Margaret's childhood home to help her access part of her brain to, learn about what happened to her and why she has these alien connections, alien powers, whatever you want to call them. And when I tell you I was so worried that this man's was not going to see any other character that whole movie and was just going to be on this set alone and doing only phone acting, I'm like, this man's is too good as an actor to only be doing phone acting. So it wasn't until like that last act of the movie when he finally met up with the other characters and I'm like, oh, thank gosh. But to me, I don't think they needed to do all that, to be honest. I see where you're
Well, we
coming
can get into
from.
that because the plot is a mess. But
Okay.
I was really just searching for a way for the house to actually make any sort of sense. And okay, so I do think this ties back into empathy, but also speaking of the themes being just really heavy-handed and laid out pretty strongly when Jane's talking to the nun, and the nun says, "Jane, I don't think you stopped believing in God. I think you stopped believing in people." Like that probably ties into
Felt
empathy.
that.
And yeah, but it's pretty heavy-handed, and I do think that is just kind of comes full circle with everything they're trying to say with this movie.
No hate to Steven or anything like that, but often in his movies you've mentioned kind of a religious aspect, but it's always like a Christian or a Catholic. He's never talking about being Jewish except for what, maybe Schindler's List. Like,
Munich. I mean, that might be more cultural because it's Israel, right? But
I don't know. I was just thinking they could have been Jewish
well, I
too.
mean, there's a lot of Christian symbolism in obviously all the Indiana Jones stuff, but I'm obviously you don't get. I don't know. You'd have to talk to Steven Spielberg. Like, I think for most American audiences, they're probably going to be more familiar with Christian ideas.
Yeah.
But even like, I don't know, the Ark of the Covenant that dates back to the like Hebrew Bible and stuff, so that's part of Christian and Jewish mythology. Holy Grail, obviously, Jesus not a big part of the Jewish mythology, but
Sure.
I think it's more digestible to the general audience. They're gonna
Yeah,
they
I'm
won't
just looking
get
for
that.
some some Jewish representation here. That's what I'm looking for. Maybe in Disclosure Day Part 2. Maybe that's what we'll finally get
Not
it.
sure we're gonna get that one, but okay. So that's all I have
Disclosed
with
Day.
themes.
Okay.
Do you have any more themes you want to get to?
No, that's all I have there. You want to do some cast?
I did put under the idea that the truth is like, is it the most important thing? Is it worth sacrificing for? Like, do you think truth is the most important thing, Katelynn? Or do you think we live in a post-truth world and Steven Spielberg's ideology is still rooted in, I don't know, the ideology of 40, 50 years ago?
Oftentimes I grapple with the truth because, and maybe you can even liken it to this film a little bit too, is the truth worth it if it's going to hurt people? You know what I mean? Like, but then that would put me in the position of the government here. Like, we're hiding it from you because you would be hurt if you knew that there was aliens, and you'd be even more hurt if you knew that we were poking them and prodding them and, doing whatever else to them. So is the truth the most important thing if you just have to say it? And is it more to make yourself feel better, or is it to make the other person feel better? There's a lot to truth. There is a lot to truth, I think.
I definitely was thinking more political with things. Like, we literally know the truth about certain things. We know certain people are rapists and, at the very least, pedophile protectors.
I was going to
And
say, are you trying to say pedophile? Yes.
it doesn't matter. We know that's the truth, and it doesn't stop people from worshiping them like they're a higher being. So,
Mm-hmm.
like the person I'm talking about very famously said they could shoot someone dead in front of a million people and they'd still be like the most popular person with a certain crowd. So I think, yeah, I have a kind of a problem with just that idea that the truth is the most important thing because I think a lot of people just don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, if something is important to you and the belief of something is that important to you, then yeah, you'll push out all reason. And I think we're getting farther away from aliens.
Are we?
Maybe.
But isn't that what a good theme in a movie does? It
Makes you think.
it makes you think. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the cast for a while.
Okay. Criticism. Are these blockbuster worthy performances? Can I guess which one you think is a blockbuster worthy performance?
Yeah, you can.
Is it it's not the news anchor at the end of the movie, is it?
I didn't have a problem with her like most of the internet seemed to. I
Oh
thought
no, I
she
thought
was
she was
fine.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was actually a very good performance. I think that Josh O'Connor was a better performance than Emily Blunt.
Okay, I think Emily Blunt sold the entire movie for me, and
Really?
Josh O'Connor was. You almost didn't need him in the movie. I think
Linguini looking
Josh.
ass.
Sure, but I think he's one of the most interesting actors working today. The idea of a Josh O'Connor Steven Spielberg movie had me so hyped, and then I just don't. I don't think his character was given anything to do. His character is just like a, I don't know, plain piece of
Like a
whiteboard.
helper, passenger.
Yeah, like what do we know about this guy's backstory? Really, what do we like his real motivation? Like, there's just
Well,
nothing there. There's nothing to the character. It's just
could
he's
that have
like,
been the writing once again? Could that have been
yeah, it
that
is the
he
writing.
was an undercooked character because he was necessary because she didn't work with the like the videos, this stuff he was trying to hide. So let's say for argument's sake that he didn't exist, so maybe she's on TV, starts making her clicking sounds and doesn't know why. Where would she go, or who would come to her? So okay, then they could
Somewhere
eliminate
interesting
him,
character.
and then Coleman Domingo's character, instead of spending his whole time in the house being built, maybe then he could go find her. Maybe that could be part of it.
It could be something. And again, I think Josh O'Connor is great.
I do think
I
he's great.
was,
I thought he was
and
wonderful.
he's not even necessarily bad in the movie. It's just his character is relatively. It's just I don't know. There's literally no depth to his character whatsoever.
Okay.
I think there's no depth to almost any character in this entire movie except Emily Blunt, and I think she delivers a fantastic performance.
I didn't think that she was bad. That I will say that. And I like Josh O'Connor. I was worried about Emily Blunt. I thought about it last night before I was making after I'd already made my notes, but I was thinking about it. And Katie said something on the way out of the movie that she was like, I'm worried about Emily Blunt. She needs to lay off the filter or the fillers. And I thought, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe that did take me out of her performance a little bit because she did look just like a Hollywood actress. And they tried to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like dress her down, right? She was in a oversized coat, oversized sweater. She was wearing tennis shoes because she's going to be running around, which I thought was actually really brilliant because she wouldn't be in heels the whole time. And they never think about that in some of these movies. They always have these girls running around in like really stupid shoes. But then I thought about it even more and I'm like, wait, this girl's on the news. Like she wants to look good for her job in the morning. And that's where people who are on TV are going. They're getting fillers and they're, pumping themselves up and looking. And so I was like, actually, that is accurate of how she would look.
Well, I thought she was very beautiful, and I don't know what a filler is, but
Like a
that's okay.
Botox.
Okay. I was more concerned with her acting performance than her physical
Sure.
appearance, so I thought she just like I don't know, maybe not that she was driven crazy because she did a fairly good job of accepting what was happening to her, but even the scene when she's just kind of like trying to not look anyone in the eyes because every time she does, she can't really control these new powers she has, and
Mm-hmm.
she's like. It's kind of driving her crazy a little bit, and just her physicality and the way she sells it. And then I thought she, as someone that has experienced panic attacks before,
That's
she's
what I was
strong
going
for
to say.
panic
That
attack
was
acting to me.
really good. Yep.
Um, and speaking of a movie that I also really liked, The Devil Wears Prada 2. This might be the year of Anne, but I think Emily's killing it a little bit too. She had a bad
Mm-hmm.
performance in this one, and just really enjoyed both, and really enjoy her.
Yeah, I wanted to point out just too, I think that her role in A Quiet Place really helped her here, especially in that scene. She's really good with that kind of up close kind of camera in her face crying. She's not afraid to really just get her face like,
Yeah,
all into it. So again, I don't think it was a bad performance. I like Linguini. I don't know. I think he's cute.
I like him too, but I just didn't think he had anything to work with. And I don't. I mean, if we want to talk about the rest of the cast too, I don't think I liked Colin Firth as the villain, but I didn't understand his motivation whatsoever. I like Coleman Domingo generally, but I thought it was either bad writing or he was just miscast in here. I just didn't really buy him as like this benevolent guy that has this master plan. Maybe because his master plan just seemed really stupid.
It was real thin.
Um,
It was just real
yeah,
thin master plan.
like if we once we get into plot thoughts, we can talk about the thinness of the plot. But Eve Hewson, she gave a really great performance in the scene where Colin Firth like takes over her body. That was another like really good acting showcase.
Yeah.
But other than that, she was sort of superfluous too. And Wyatt Russell is a guy that I generally like. I think he's really good at playing kind of a dopey asshole, which he was maybe not an asshole, but he's just kind of a dopey. I don't know, just a little bit of a dope here. But it fell flat for me. And I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
he just has like the romance in this movie. I mean, we can go to Caitlin's romance corner. Like, there's no chemistry between anyone.
No, there was no chemistry.
Josh and Eve, like, if you had told me that they were brother and sister or just like really good
Oh,
coworkers,
for sure. I
I
would
would
have
have
believed that.
bought that too, because there
It
was
took
no
me
heat.
for her to say, "We've had sex before, so no." And I was like, "Well, you guys are doing that. Can't
Yeah.
tell."
Also, that
Can't
that
tell.
didn't really make sense because he was like, "Wait, you were a nun," and she's like, "Well, we've had sex before," but like, she's no longer a nun. He gets that. Like,
Yeah.
again, the script just really bad. Like,
Yeah, that's not the point here, honey. I'll agree with Coleman Domingo. Like I said, they didn't give him a lot to work with either, and I was just terrified that he was going to be in that house the whole time. Um, and I didn't write anything about Colin Firth. I do like Colin Firth, especially in his role in Love Actually. But yeah, I mean, the thing is like I feel like with a lot of these kind of big summer blockbuster movies, they want to get hot actors, the actors that are just hot right now. And they did. They got all the really hot actors. They got Josh O'Connor. He's hot right now. Emily Blunt on her up and up, like she's hot right now. Coleman Domingo coming off of Euphoria, and and then he also has that other show that is supposed to be really good, that I gotta watch. But yeah, it's almost like just kind of picking the hot ones right now, and maybe that was to the detriment. I don't know.
I think there's anything wrong with any of the actors, though. I just don't think they were given the material to work with. They can only do so much. It wasn't like Josh O'Connor was like, "Hey, let me rewrite the script."
Yeah, yeah.
Because I do like, again, the prospect of Spielberg working with a lot of these people, and even like I didn't know Eve Hewson, but I thought she seemed really talented, but she just didn't have anything to do other than one
Yeah.
really good scene.
I've seen her in something before and I can't remember it, but she is great and beautiful. I love just her little round face and her big eyes.
But she was in Bridge of Spies, another Spielberg movie.
No, that wasn't
And
it.
she was in Jay Kelly. I think that's the only other thing I've seen her in.
Yeah, I did see that.
She was on the TV show Bad Sisters. I assume you watched that because
No,
you
I
and
didn't.
Taylor are Bad Sisters.
We're bad to the bone.
But yeah, I like the cast of this movie. I just don't think the cast of this movie had much to do beyond Emily Blunt.
Then maybe it's just her movie.
Josh O'Connor, that dude can have heat with a churro. Like, literally, give him a churro and he's got some sexual chemistry, and he can't provide any sexual chemistry here whatsoever. Like,
he was busy. He was busy trying to release his tapes. It's a busy guy.
well, okay, let's get into our plots about this convoluted plot now.
Sure.
Anything else you want to say about the cast? Because I think that's where we're going to run into most of the problems we have with the movie, because the plot just doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, okay, John said this, your husband, when we left the movie. Wow, Steven Spielberg, what a boomer. He really thinks everyone cares that much about the news. He's got all the fucking tapes. Why doesn't he just put them on TikTok? Like, the entire plot of this movie hinges on him getting to the news station when he's got a fucking cell phone in his pocket, or a computer, presumably.
No, that's such a good point. Because you know who's watching the news? Carol. Carol and probably your mom. So they're the only two people that are actually going to know that aliens got disclosed. My mom's going to call me. We're both going to ignore the call because it's coming late at night because she's got to watch Jimmy Fallon after. So, and I'm not on TikTok, so frankly, I guess I'd never know.
Well, do Instagram Reels too. Like, it's just like the plot of the movie is so flimsy because there's so many ways to.
Well, no,
just upload it and send it to Huffington.
But they're all on flip phones, Paul. Remember, they're all on flip phones, and apparently you can just and it's gone, and you're no longer online.
Used to not be because they're connected to a specific satellite, so they can't be traced, or they can be traced, but it's harder. I don't know. That's
you know what,
spy shit or whatever. That's
I don't fucking know. I didn't write that.
Like, I feel like it's for a chase movie. This movie is just sort of it's meandering. I feel like it sort of doesn't feel like they're going anywhere. They're just kind of going in circles. Like, they literally do go in circles because Emily Blunt ends up back exactly where she was.
Right. It was station. She leaves. He's coming, right? They got to find each other. Then once they do, they come back this way. It's like that's the whole thing. They go here, here, here.
Yeah.
That's it.
And like so much of this could have been like she literally could have just stayed at her apartment and waited for him to get to the TV station. And
Yeah.
he like she's Jane's like, okay, like here's the robe, and this is something Katie pointed out. So he ties her hands up, but he knows how the like diving thing works. He knows that he can see through her eyes. Why didn't he put it around her eyes? Like, what was he doing? Like, this movie, so much could have been solved if he'd just been like, hey, he can get into your mind. You have to stay here at the convent, like, or blindfolded her, or like literally anything. And then they could have just easily met up and broadcast it. Like, so much of the dramatic tension comes from this movie just because of the stupidest possible things. And I know like that's how movies work sometimes, but it's so far-fetched and unbelievable and just fucking lazy. Like, frankly,
Yeah, because most of the time I do say to you in these situations where you point out that things could have gone this way, and I'm like, you got to suspend your belief. You got to suspend your belief. But here, I don't think your belief needed to be suspended. I think that he knew exactly what was happening, and yet still held onto this little piece of paper with the address, and he's like, "Oh no, don't look at the address."
And this guy's supposed to be really
you know,
smart, right? Like, he's a cybersecurity, so maybe some of it's because aliens implanted things in his head. But like, okay, that gets me to what was this really the aliens' plan? Like 30 years ago, they implanted memories or like special abilities in two people's heads, so that like 30 years from now they could activate those abilities.
Yes.
And that they can come together in a convoluted circumstance, and they know one of them is going to have access to a TV station and the other one's going to have access to tapes. Like, if they have this much foresight and they know that like these two people are like, what, I don't know, why can't the aliens just land and go on TV themselves? Like, land at the news station and walk in. Like, Coleman Domingo has the alien with him.
He has the friggin' alien.
Like, Coleman Domingo, go on TikTok live. Like, what are you
No,
doing?
literally.
Like, why is this?
Hey, it's me, an alien. Just letting you know aliens are real, bro. Like and subscribe.
Like, so the aliens, they're supposed to be these higher beings, and like they have this much planning that they're like 30 years, and like it literally doesn't make sense. And it's so convoluted and just kind of stupid. And then, I mean, what is Coleman Domingo doing? Like, why did they need to, like,
that was my biggest bugaboo. That was my biggest bugaboo. He spending his entire time getting people to come from Wardex, convincing them, whatever he convinced them, because that wasn't really clear to me, to like leave their job and come build this house so that maybe this woman shows up.
And it's that triggers her memories. She just has to be in her childhood home to remember what happened when she was a child.
Yeah, she just has to go through the Coca-Cola fucking polar bear commercial to figure out what happened to her as a child. No, stupid.
She's
and
got all of these powers anyway, so I guess that's where I think the child, like, she unlocks her childhood trauma, and that helps her develop her abilities. But come on,
right? And that's exactly what I wrote. Why were they even chosen? Because that's not explained. Just that's
why
it.
Did they need to choose anyone? Like, they
see, again, we're both just like, why?
They have this advanced technology. She literally uses the stick to, I don't know, make people invisible, but then she also uses it to power the TV station. They have mastered interplanetary travel. Like, they can fly in space, but they can't just, like, I don't know, hack a TV satellite. It just, none of the things make sense.
Unexplained, bro.
Too, like, his wife died, so he worked for the company that was keeping aliens a secret, but then his wife died, so he became even meaner.
Yeah, now he's evil. Yeah, now he's a mad guy.
But like him and Coleman Domingo, they're still tight because at the end he's like, "Hey, it's gonna be," like, he puts his hand on his shoulder. Like, what is happening? Like, these characters are paper fucking thin, Caitlin. And
no, literally. No, you're right, because then even Colin Firth, like you're saying at the end, he just gives up. The whole movie, we watched an hour and 50 minutes of him back and forth, being upset, trying to keep this secret, and then he just sits down in the chair. He's like, what? You're right.
Yeah, I did read that as he was kind of like, I lost, and like he was just done at that point. And he's like, let's see where the cards fall at this point. Like, we'll see if you're right.
I guess I'm just of the mindset that there's no job in this world where I'd literally risk my life. If somebody was like, hey, holding me at gunpoint, give me the VINs for all these vehicles, I'd be like, all right, you got it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, why was he holding all these secrets? And what was the reason? Like you said, just because his wife died, so now he's pissed? Like,
and I think Coleman Domingo does have a line that's like, you're only doing this for your own power and financial gain, but what do we know about, like, they're trying to make him like this Elon Musk figure that's just like...
Is that what they were trying to do? Because it just seemed like this was some rinky-dink...
in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do, yeah, people that get into positions of power do whatever they can to hold on to those positions of power, but he wasn't that kind of evil. Like, if he was
Yeah.
supposed to be, they didn't do a good job of conveying that.
That's a good point. That's a good
And I
point.
guess lastly, what I want to say, why is every Wardex employee like so fucking incompetent? Let's like go through the list of all the times they just let these people walk away. Um, like Josh O'Connor like just walks up behind them and gets in the car and manages to steal it and then crash through the house. And then like this, normal computer guy like out car chases these guys, and
Yeah.
then when they get out of the car, like they're literally like 5 feet away hiding behind a rock, and they don't think to look around like, hey, maybe they didn't go over the cliff. They couldn't possibly be right there.
Yeah.
And then
The big one for me is when they are in the house and she uses the thing to hide the house. It almost felt like a comedy routine. Like they kept running into the invisible stuff and it was like doink and they would like fall over. That felt
well,
like some
I actually
Three
had that in
Stooges shit.
favorite cinematic moments that I
No,
texted
you
you
did.
about. I mean, it was funny.
It was funny, but why did we need to insert this kind of comedic sequence?
I thought it just looked cool too. But then still there's a couple more, like when they capture him at the hotel because he kind of stays behind to let Eve or Jane escape with the device.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one thinks to go around back. Like she's literally standing behind a tree 10 feet away just watching them, and then she runs away. But like they surround the hotel, but only the front of the hotel. Like literally
I don't
not
think that
one
they were
car out.
trained to be doing this. They're obviously trained for computer work. Like they're obviously trained for a behind the desk
They're
job.
so incompetent. And then I don't think the scene where Emily Blunt rescues Josh O'Connor really makes sense either. Like she's affecting these people, and like they're seeing dead relatives or loved ones or whatever, and she's connecting with them in an empathetic way. But like, how long is it lasting that they literally just let her walk out of there? Like both of them walk out
Mm-hmm.
of there, and they even show the security guard in Colin Firth, and they're like, "What did you see?" And so they're not seeing the vision anymore. They realize they're just letting these people walk away. Like
Yeah, and they
both
didn't
took
even
out a
run back
gun
out the
at one
door.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just let him get away, and the
Well,
one guy
she's
is
still
kind of like,
there.
I'm
We'll
gonna
just let her
follow
go.
you.
You just let her go.
But
We'll get
like
her around next time.
seriously, just the most incompetent, and it's just kind of hilarious. So yeah.
Yep.
I guess some stray plot thoughts. Like if we're supposed to accept them as like these supreme beings that are going to change our life, like why are they so bad at driving their spaceships? They seem to fucking crash a lot.
And yeah, Steven does make them crash a lot.
Like I don't learn to fly, guys. Um, and
Do
I
better.
guess just your thoughts. So when we do get a disclosure day, if it happens in our lifetime, and you know that aliens exist, you, I don't know, is it going to throw your entire worldview into like it's going to be cool and it's going to open up possibilities about life? But I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, these are higher beings or whatever. Like I'm not going to suddenly think like, oh, aliens are God. Like the idea that that's what people were immediately going to jump to, like. I don't know.
Yeah,
It seems far fetched to
that's
me.
that's not what I would do. But I think that kind of going back to what we were even saying at the beginning, like we're getting disclosed stuff right now, currently, every single day.
Yeah.
And it's just one thing after the other, that nothing is even surprising anymore. Like even scrolling through my own Instagram, right? And just seeing like, oh yeah, so and so's a pedophile, so and so's eating the brains of people. Like, and I just keep scrolling because honestly, and so they could just say, by the way, we found an alien. Here he is. His name is Frederick, and he's here to probe 3 to 5 people if anybody's interested. I'd probably just scroll past that too.
You're like, oh, now Army Hammer is making a comeback and he's gonna eat someone's brain.
No, actually, I heard it was Ellen DeGeneres that was eating.
Oh, okay.
See, this is what I mean. I just keep scrolling through things and it's just one thing after the other. So honestly, now's the time. Disclose it. Government, if you have the aliens, disclose it because it's just going to get lost because guess what? The Washington Monument fucking water is green. So
We're all just too fucking exhausted. We don't really care.
we're just exhausted, bro. Just hit us with another one because I'm spent. I'm as thin as this plot.
I wish I were as thin as this plot.
I meant with like my patience, but sure.
Or I wish the plot had some more meat on its bones like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anything else to say about the plot? It's pretty bad.
Yeah. I also just mentioned, they got Daniel doing showing his math, but they just keep talking about how he's good at math, but we never actually saw any of his math. It was mostly just he was kind of just a postmaster at that point. He was just kind of
Yeah.
trying to get his mail from one point to the other, but they're like,
Well,
no, this guy's really good at math. And it's
they
like,
say
okay,
math is the universal language, right? So he understands math, and that's how he's able to understand them.
not me.
I guess the aliens speak math.
What's your best impression of the aliens talking?
Click, click. Oh,
Was that good?
yeah.
Something like that? ASMR. Alien ASMR. All right.
This
What are
is going to
some
be our most
favorite?
popular episode to date.
If you love
Yeah, my
aliens,
favorite.
watch.
Obviously, I think the two big action sequences, the car driving in and out of the house and then the car chase, and then the scene with the
Train.
train when they're knocked into the train. And yeah, that was really cool. I heard on the big picture that that is a scene that Spielberg has had in his head since a child, and he's always wanted to film it. So he finally got it on the big screen. So that was really cool.
I
And
love
yeah,
that
really well done.
Steven is just a big kid just living out all
Hmm.
of his dreams from when he was a kid. That's very sweet. I had the train sequence on there as well. Listeners, it was, if you have seen the movie, and I think we can all agree that was a pretty dope moment. Were they in the Alpha at that point? Was that still her car? I can't remember.
No, that was. Oh, yeah, that was her car because that was right after she rescued him.
Yeah. Shout out to the Chrysler vehicles, because we got a huge shout out in this. She's driving an Alpha. All of the government people have Chrysler vehicles, so I thought that was kind of funny. So if you're looking for, I was hoping that more people would buy Alfa Romeos, based on this, because they're tough little cars. Because it gets taken by the train, and it's basically halfway under the train, and they're trying to climb up off of the car onto the train, for safety. So that was a very cool sequence. Um, I You mentioned it already, but I think this movie is just done beautifully. I think that every shot looks so nice. Um, if there's one thing about, Steven, is he's going to put his eye into every piece of cinematography on that screen. And then, John Williams back just rocking the
Yep.
shit out of this movie with that music once again. So I'm looking forward to another, what am I trying to say? Just like iconic soundtrack, I guess. I'm hoping that these songs also stand the test of time.
Yeah. When we were finished watching the movie, Katie asked me to check if there was a post-credit scene, so I Googled it really quick. And it said, no, there's no post-credits sequence, but it's worth sticking around for the credits just to listen to John Williams' amazing score.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they didn't turn the lights off right away. They wanted you to really sit and enjoy that. Oh, what else did I have? Oh, Margaret predicting the hail, and then the hail
The family
actually
hail.
did show up. Yeah, the theater gave a couple chuckles on that one. And shout out to our theater for being one of the best groups of people we've watched a movie among in months, maybe a year.
So Katie
Polite
said that too,
chuckles.
but I will say, remember, Send Help didn't have any negative things
That's
going on with it,
true,
so
but based on the size,
that's true.
when we saw Send Help, it was like 6 of us.
Yeah. So I should have mentioned to Katie to let me know if I could take my earplugs
Oh, I
out,
didn't even know
but I
you
had
had them
them
in.
in. Oh yeah, I had them
Oh,
in the whole time because when we got there, the couple next to me was talking during the credits or the previews, and in my experience, if people are talking during the
yeah.
previews, they're going to continue talking during the movie. This couple did not; they stopped and paid attention to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool, but I just didn't take them out because I was too worried that like I couldn't really tell from yours or Katie's body language if you guys were upset or not. So I should have just told her beforehand to like, hey, if no one's talking, I'll take these out. But I
Yeah.
had them in, so but again, I could hear the movie perfectly, and the earplugs do work. I did. I made me think of something else I wanted to say about maybe the crowd or
John
something.
Williams
John Williams now.
in the music, the crowd. Chuckles, couple chuckles.
Couple chuckles. I don't know. I lost it.
I'm trying to remind you of what I was saying. Okay. How about anytime Margaret met someone and just knew stuff about them? I thought she did, like we said, a really great job in those scenes specifically, but those were those little smaller, quieter moments that just watching got me a little teared up, that maybe I do want to have a little human connection. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. maybe.
Totally
I
for the
don't know.
podcast. I really liked just the visual cue of the eyes changing color when it was either Colin Firth inside of Jane, or like switching from the eyes from blue to brown. I
Yeah,
thought that looked really cool. And again, I thought when the house was invisible and the Ward X guards couldn't see it and they were just crashing into things, I thought it was pretty funny, but just kind of just cool, like unique visual thing. And
I
lastly,
think
I
that
have
was
under my
just
favorite moments.
Steven flexing, though. If
Yeah,
I can just, for a moment, I think that he should flex,
yeah.
but for me, I don't know. The sequence just didn't really work. It just didn't fit in for me. But look great.
I enjoyed it. My last cinematic favorite moment, I had the news report because I think it was actually really affecting. I thought
That's
it was
exactly what I wrote.
a good
Yep.
way to end the movie.
Yeah.
I don't understand the hate for her online. I
I
guess.
didn't see anyone hating her.
Oh,
I don't know
I thought
what
people
your
were really
stuff
kind of
is.
hating on her.
No, everyone said she was great. I guess she used to be an actual like news anchor and no longer does it and was tapped on the shoulder to do it. She was one of like for having such a small kind of part and really only in there for maybe 15 20 minutes. She was so effective and a lot of her getting choked up watching it actually made me get choked up while watching
Yeah,
it
same.
and I got a little tear out, to be honest. It wasn't a crying Caitlin, but I got choked up.
That actress's name is Courtney Grace. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page right now, and I did too. Honestly, when it wasn't her, I think it was Emily Blunt that just delivered the line like "This is disclosure day," and got goosebumps a little bit.
Yeah.
And just the news
Whenever they
report.
say the name of the movie,
Yeah.
that's me
I
whistling because
love
I can't
that.
whistle.
Just the idea of that happening and maybe a world event that actually, like, if something like that could take us out of, like, all get us focused on the same thing in a good way, because
Mhm.
I feel like the things that have done that in my lifetime, 9/11, January 6th, like, Trump just existing, Russia invading Ukraine, like the times that I feel like I really have focused on the TV and tuned into cable news as someone that's not a frequent cable news, like they've all been bad things. So
Yeah.
wouldn't it be amazing if Steven's dream came true and there was something that could unite the world like that, that like brought us together, but it was a good
Mhm.
thing?
Yeah.
I love that
I
idea.
I probably, now that I just remembering the film and thinking about it, I would probably see it walking down the street the way that they had it like broadcast on like the Times Square, the TVs
Mhm.
walking by and things like that. And like maybe if there was like a beep 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 on your phone or something and it was like, this is disclosure day, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, listen,
Yeah.
listen.
I mean, I'm sure I would just be getting texts from like Katie, my friend Kyle, be like, holy shit, turn on MSNBC right now, or MS Now, whatever they rebranded it as. I don't have
Oh,
cable
I don't
anymore.
know. I don't know. I would just, I don't know, YouTube.
I would get my news from Theme on Screen Live. We would do a live broadcast where we
Yeah,
just
if
reenact too.
listeners, if that happens, we're gonna go live. It's gonna be
And
a
you can
split
follow
screen
along.
of me and Paul just going, I don't fucking know, dude.
Me running to the store real quick to get a pack of heaters.
Yeah, it's just me getting a couple packs to rip. Just, I'm gonna find Umbreon, I know it. See? I know what I'm talking about. Do you have any other favorite moments before we talk about that ending?
That was all that I had.
Okay. How do you feel about the ending, Paul?
I enjoyed it. I like a kind of ambiguous ending. I guess it could have been. I think a lot of people have criticisms that we don't see of more of what life is like on Earth after the reveal.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm hearing, yeah.
the movie's called Disclosure Day, not
Yeah, it's
Day
not
After
disclosure
Disclosure
day
Day.
after.
Yeah,
It's not the
so
day after disclosure day.
I liked it. I did think like the idea of wrapping it up with just listen was a little bit too on the nose, and maybe we are past that in a society when I don't know. I'm probably not going to listen to some MAGA chode explain to me why whatever. Like, fuck off. I've heard what you have to say. So
I just haven't heard anyone say chode in a while. No chodes here.
yeah, no chodes here.
What is it? That no, because that means we just cut it out. Just cut
Do you
that
want me
out.
to tell you what a chode means?
No, it's like a tiny peenie, right?
I think it's tiny but girthy.
I liked the ending as well. We haven't had like a good just kind of cut to black in a while.
Yeah.
So I think that was an interesting choice. And yes, I have been seeing the criticisms that it's like, well, what happens after now? Everybody knows there's aliens. What are we going to do? Well, that's not the point of the movie, Karen. The
Right.
point of the movie is that somebody knows something and they want to get it to us. That's the point of the movie.
Remembered what I was gonna say.
Go.
I think the statistic that I read is 59% of the people that saw the movie this weekend were 35 and older. And I think maybe that is why we had a pleasant experience, because it was a far older crowd than we generally get. You've heard it here first. We think youths are the problem. We hate you, Gen Z. Don't ever listen to our podcast.
No, listen to our show and tell us what's cool.
Yeah.
What's cool? 6767. That's not even how they do the hearts, Paul. That's not even how they do hearts now. That's just a circle.
How do you do heart? How do you do it?
I can't do it. They do.
So Gen Z's all aliens because they can do weird hand shit.
Do you remember this? You know what that just reminded me of? Do you remember that like people would just like make eyes like this?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Or the people that could do blood with their
I can't do I can't do
blood. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can do.
I can do Weezer. Or this Weezer.
I can do this.
Cool. Really?
Double loser. This is. You know what?
L7 square, like loser square.
What's that one? What's that one mean?
You're a square. It was from Lizzie McGuire. L7 weenie, but a square, a loser. Whatever. Okay, the ending of the movie, pretty good. We liked it. I don't really have any miscellaneous thoughts. That's where I said John Williams is great, but that's just kind of, yeah.
Well, let's wrap it with, is it a C or a don't see?
It's a C from me.
It's a C for me. It's a C for me.
Some caveats for sure.
Yeah. Keep an open alien mind.
And honestly, if you do get a chance to see it in theaters, I would say I think the experience for me was elevated by seeing it in a really big theater with a really respectful crowd with great sound.
Yep.
Don't wait for you might not have as much fun if you wait for streaming. I think seeing it in theaters is the right call.
Agreed. All right. Theme on screen likes it. He likes it. He likes it. Do you have any non-movie shout-outs?
I did a lot of stuff while I had my staycation, so I think I have a few. What was I going to say? I started the video game Mina the Hollower. I'm really having a fun time with that. Katie and I went to a newish restaurant in Clawson called Red and the Wolf, and I believe of all of the new restaurants I've eaten at this year, it is by far my favorite. A little bit on the pricier side, but not crazy.
What do they serve?
So it's like American food with kind of like Asian fusion. Like there's like Asian inspired things to the dishes, though. I got Peruvian chicken with black garlic mashed potatoes, and it was just like, I don't know, chef's like amazing. It wouldn't surprise me if that little rat from Ratatouille was back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Katie got a noodle dish with, I forget, but it was like kind of Asian seasonings on a noodle dish, and highly recommend that. And I might have had another one, but my last shout out, I'm just going to say Michelle Obama. You know what? I might not be happy with what you're doing with your money right now. I feel like building a like weird testament to you and your husband for like millions and millions of dollars is dumb. But I think you're beautiful, and I think you do look like a woman, and you deserve to hear that. So thanks, Obama.
It's really sweet, because that was a really shitty thing of somebody to say. And for the platform that they were on, and their stupid fucking platform, and nobody likes UFC. Fuck you guys. I'm sure there's somebody who likes UFC, and I probably just lost them as a fan. And I probably just lost them as a fan, but you know what? Then this show's not for you. I just wanted to shout out Imagine Theater. We had like we've explained a couple times here already, we had a really great time at your theater. So thank you so much for really tightening up. I think I don't know if it was a tightened security or somebody was checking ticket or whatever it was, but we had a very nice time. And I think maybe part of it could be all of the, negativity online is starting to seep into people's subconscious that they don't want to be that person. And also maybe this wasn't the movie for people to be acting silly. I don't know. Maybe somebody could have dressed like an alien and ran through. That's not an idea. Don't do it. I also want to give a shout out to at this point when this premieres, my cousin and his new wife, congratulations on your wedding. And congratulations to Katie and Paul's niece, Celine, who is having her graduation party this weekend. So may all of the good things come to all of you. May the places you will go. Is that what they say? For the places you will go.
I hope your dreams soar as high as your hat, Celine.
Exactly. Okay, so to wrap up our episode, we don't know what to do for next week. We're kind of like, whoa, Steven doesn't have another Alien movie for us to accidentally watch, so we are going to pose it.
War of the Worlds. We could totally just do that.
We could, I guess, do War of the Worlds, but I think in the interest of getting our listeners involved, we will be asking them. I know this episode, the next episode will already be past that, but just so you know, we had foresight and thought, let's ask the listeners. So, for all those of you who voted and gave us blank movie that we will be watching next week, thank you so much. Or maybe they'll fuck with us and give us like the Lincoln or something. I don't know. I'm not going to put Lincoln. Yeah, I'm not going to give them Lincoln. I'm not even going to open it up and say enter movie here. I'm not going to do that because somebody's going to mess with us. Some weird deep cut or something.
Thanks for the poll will have ended by the time this episode airs. So thanks for voting, everyone.
Yeah, thank you for voting. And to end our episode, thank you for everybody who is listening. We went past 2,000 downloads. Congratulations, Paul. You have to say it back.
Oh, congratulations, Katelynn.
Thank you. We are over 2,000 downloads. Let's get to 3. Let's fucking get to 3.
Yeah.
And in that vein, like, subscribe our podcast wherever you listen, whether that's Spotify, Apple, ? I don't know, where everybody else listens, from your computer directly. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Instagram at theme.onscreen. We're on Letterboxd, Theme on Screen. Remember, I have my list of Crying Katelynn movies, so if you guys are looking for a good cry, there's a perfect list for you right there. And we're on YouTube, Theme on Screen there as well. Just search us up.
Okay. Do you want to take it out with one more rendition of the theme song?
Nope, because that was terrible.
All right. Well, thanks for, thanks everyone. Listen
To our show. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.